It's time! It's time! It's JFW time!
All right, guys, it's that time to get something to ring with the greatest faction in podcast history. JFW Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, hosted by Travis T.
And I am Nubby, the Amazing Turtle.
And I am Pacman, and I am back, man.
So yeah, it's been a few weeks since all three of us were on the same show.
I missed you, Travis. You missed me?
I like how you just ignore Nubby.
And I miss Nubby, too.
Like his statement didn't mean anything just now. Yes, Nubby, you're correct. It's been about 3 weeks since we've all been together. Pacman, I'm glad you're back. It was weird to me because, I'm sitting there listening to the Power Hour last week, and I was trying to think, like, how inspired I was that you're able to make it on to the Power Hour after being violently ill. And the only way I could really compare it to anything was, like, Nubby, you probably know this better than, we would because you're a little bit older than us. Did you watch the Bulls in the 90s at all?
Yeah.
Okay, so the 97 Bulls, Michael Jordan's flu game, where he went out there and he even though he was ill and he was dying, he still went out there and crushed that fucking game.
Yep.
I thought that was from food poisoning.
I thought it was food poisoning. You're correct. So I thought to myself, I'm like, to compare Pacman last week would be just like comparing him to Michael Jordan in 97 if Michael Jordan didn't play Game 5.
That's high praise.
And instead stayed home because he wasn't feeling well.
Mm-hmm. Last week I
thank God Pacman was able to overcome all illness within 12 hours and make the Power Hour and crushed it with 5 minutes of speaking. 2.5 hours of fucking Power Hour, and this dude suffered through the illness to say 5 minutes of bullshit.
Look, I was sick last week. I was feeling better when I went on Power Hour, but
No. You were sick on Monday, not the week. Monday.
I was sick on Monday. I was feeling better on Tuesday. But
Right.
You know what makes me sick today?
Who would have thought? Who would have fucking thought?
You know what makes me sick today?
What's that?
The fact that Stars canceled Heels. Breaking right before we jumped on here.
Yeah, I saw that. You know what's worse than that? You know what should make you even more sick than that?
What's that?
The fact that Damien Grey still has yet to acknowledge your shirt.
He still hasn't acknowledged my shirt.
He has not acknowledged that shirt.
It gave me a little bit of a fever. I'm running a little hot today because of that.
I'm surprised he didn't call off again today.
Well, I needed
to get time to recuperate for the Power Hour tomorrow.
I gotta say my piece to Damien Grey for not acknowledging my shirt.
He did not acknowledge that shirt. We tried.
We did.
We threw it out there.
You were honorary LIM yesterday.
No, you fucking never say that to me again.
Yeah, you were. You were.
Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Hold
Yeah.
the phone here, Travis T.
What's up, man?
I thought you were different now. I thought you were in a positive outlook.
I just compared him to Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to be an honorary LIM for a couple hours?
No matter my attitude, a cult's still a cult no matter what you look at, no matter how I feel.
Oh, here's the thing. Whenever anybody sits with LIM members at a wrestling show, that automatically makes them honorary LIM for that show.
Yeah. You should have sat with that fucking, that loser Richie. I'm sure he would have had fun with you.
He was really focused on that hot dog.
Yeah, he was a little too focused. I thought while he was eating it, he was like very tempted to go down to a knee.
Well, he had to be focused on something because his lady friend wasn't there. So.
He definitely got out of the way before, God, who was that guy? the 80s baby guy.
TW3.
Oh, TW3.
Yeah, before he dove out of the ring, he definitely got out of the way real fucking quick.
That sounds good.
But yeah, no, Pacman, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm glad that you showed Steve exactly who you were. That was fantastic.
I mean, he called it the most painful moment in Power Hour history.
It was only 5 minutes.
I think that'll be the most viewed episode the Power ever had. And it happened right in front of Marche, which was great.
What I don't
made him laugh.
Okay, you made him yawn. You made
he laughed. If Marche laughed, you're good.
Yeah.
What I don't get is like, and nothing against Steve, love Steve, but he had you on as a guest months ago, and you spoke the entire time, and there was not one moment where he cursed your name and praised me, or I guess prayed for me. You know, like I was gonna be Jesus who's gonna fucking show up. And yet, 5 minutes at the very end of a 2.5 hour show, you did something that really not many people have done. And you defeated Steve.
I've heard the phrase turn Steve into Travis.
Oh god, it's gonna be the evolution of Travis Steve.
Travis Steve. Ah.
Eh.
Is it very close to Travis P?
Not sure. Travis Team even.
Ah.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
Yeah, saying Travis P is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Well, I mean, it's very close. I was in a Travis-like state of mind, except I wasn't mean to Nubby.
Let me ask you a question. When you were calling yourself an idiot pretending to be me, did it just feel right?
I felt like the spirit of Travis T was still with us.
What?
And that impression has only gotten worse.
I just love like when I was doing the editing and watching the footage and trying to get through everything and hearing yourself call you an idiot pretending to be me. In your eyes, I could see that you're like, yeah, he's fucking right.
Hey, that's just imitation, which is the sincerest form of flattery.
Right. Well, if you're gonna be anybody, be somebody great, you know.
Exactly. Right? Right, Nubby?
Yep, and Travis T is great.
I am wonderful. Let's see if I'm alive to do any further shows after this coming Saturday. But we're gonna dive into that. We're gonna dive into IPW and crash tested over this past weekend. We all got results for that. And before we dive into any of that, before we start any of this, I gotta remind everyone that this episode of Just Freak Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, is brought to you by CarterComics.com. Get your one-stop shop for all your comic needs, whether it be graded or raw. Carter Comics has got them all. All you gotta do is go to CarterComics.com. Check out their amazing store. Fill your cart up with all their amazing graded or raw comic books. Go to checkout. Use discount code FREAKNET. Nobody, how's that spelled?
FREAKNET. FREAKNET.
Excellent. And Pacman, what do they save?
They save you 30% off your order.
I hate you.
You wish it was 30%.
It was 10%.
It is 10%. Not that it was 10%. It is 10%.
I was recalling it from memory.
You'll save 10% on your entire order. Not only at their website, but also on their 4 different eBay accounts as well. And you can find links to all those just at their homepage at CarterComics.com, where your discount code FREAKNET will save you 10% on your entire purchase. CarterComics.com. Shut the fuck up! God damn it, PX!
Man, you sound just like Steve.
I know, right? CarterComics.com, one-stop shop, all comic needs, 10% off with the discount code FREAKNET. All right.
Yeah.
We had crash tested. We had IPW. We got results for those from this past weekend. This upcoming Saturday is Southland Championship Wrestling's Wrestletopia 4 out at Shaban Civic Center. I got the match card for that. We'll review any of that and all of that. Real quick before we dive into any of that, though. How are you guys' feelings about the releases and everything from WWE?
Well,
Well,
Al?
Some of those releases don't really affect me too much. I think I was shocked by Dolph Ziggler because I figured he would be a lifer regardless if he was used or not, but maybe I heard that was because he didn't want to renew his contract anyway, so it was easier. Ali wanted out of his contract, and I couldn't be more happier for him. I mean, yeah, he was in seemed like a hot storyline in NXT, but he had it bad since day one. They did not see his potential. They are so blind. I mean, you would have thought he would have been the Cruiserweight champion at that time, maybe U.S. champion, but I don't know. It just seems like WWE really dropped the ball with him because he could have got a lot more eyes considering his culture and everything.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I didn't understand with them is like why they made him a leader of like a riot group with a Retribution, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It seemed like a good idea, but
well, I get it that I get they're trying to build a faction based on like true events of everything that was going on during that time with all these cities burning down and shit. But it just made no sense why it was him. He's like, they just said, we need somebody. Who do we have available? This fucking guy. Honestly, I would have rather seen him, because it was around the same time period. I would have rather seen him with Seth Rollins when he was doing that Monday Night Messiah shit.
That would have been great. It just seemed like maybe the Retribution thing was similar to his gimmick that he had at Elite Pro, which is the stereotypical
the Taliban
Muslim. Yeah. I mean, it seemed like they were going that route, but they obviously couldn't cross that line. We all know what happened with what was his name, Muhammad Hassan or something.
Muhammad Hassan. Yeah.
Yeah. So they didn't want to go that far, and honestly, he didn't want to do that, especially after everything that was going on. So I get it, but still, they dropped the ball with him. He had so much potential. He could have been a top star if they used him right. Could have been a champion. I was hoping for it. I mean, I would have loved him getting the Intercontinental title. It would have been a nice fit for him. But now, you know what? He's going to bring revenue and people to all the local companies when he gets back on the indies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, because I didn't look into any information with the releases. I don't know if there's like a no compete clause, or if there's like a time frame, like was it like 90 days or whatever the hell it is.
I think it's all those contracts are still a thing, despite the Endeavor takeover or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're lucky to see Dolph Ziggler in a contract, or even Ali, it won't be for a couple months. But I think Ali's just going to be around here. I mean, you know, he got Dreamwave. Dreamwave, CSW, freelance. Now, I think I could see him going to freelance first, maybe, or even CSW.
Yeah. My question, though, and Nubby, you'll know this way more than either one of them. You'll know it more than Pacman, all right? But the cost of bringing someone in after they've been on TV like that, do you think that that's going to be affordable for independent wrestling? Like the ones that are around us?
Some of them. Some of them might be able to. I mean, let's just say if they can afford the likes of Bret Hart, Kevin Nash, all them guys, they can afford somebody like Ali.
Well,
I don't think Ali would ask for that much.
Well, okay, so as far as I know, Dreamwave and CSW are the only ones that consistently bring in top name talent like that.
Right.
You know,
occasionally get Powell does sometimes.
Powell does sometimes, yeah, with like Rhino and so Powell does that from time to time too. It's just a weird thing because it's hard to sit there and like if Ali was to come into a company and you say, hey, we'd love to have you in. And he's like, cool, here's my rate. And shit like that. Like, how do you negotiate with that at that point? Because you know about the star power that, you know, that they can bring in. And I haven't been to a CSW show yet, so I don't know the difference in fan base or the how many fans show up based on who's there. You know, like I don't know like the the turnout was between like Ken Anderson and Swoggle or, like Tommy Dreamer. Like, I don't know what those, like, did they draw more? Did they draw less? Was it always the same just because it's the same fan base? And shit like that. And then I guess really ticket prices, I don't think they really change or fluctuate either. I don't know how that gets factored into it, but it'd be cool. Lately. Yeah, it'd be cool for Ali to show up at, every independent in the area. But I think Dreamwave and CSW will probably be the top ones. Rocket Pro maybe. But I mean, they're so saturated with like talent anyways. Like, I don't even know if like, who do you keep off the card at Rocket Pro to make room for Ali?
Maybe the Coyotes and Marche. I don't know.
The people that draw the house.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there would be that much of a difference because Rocket Pro will go above and beyond. I think, and I don't think Ali would ask for too much. He'll ask for more than what he was at before WWE, but because he's local, like he's from Chicago, he's not going to be that guy. I hope not.
I wouldn't think so. And I know, like, I know with like SCW, like some of the guys there, they grew up with him at other companies. I don't know where Ali wrestled other than Elite Pro. I really don't. So I don't know his relationship with other people. I know he's been to Dreamwave. That I do know. So I know he has that relationship with them. But I don't know what. Well, I guess he did technically. He wrestled with Hades a shitload of times. So I'm sure Hades get him into CSW if Hades knows the right people.
Well, he was at CSW for a long time too.
Was he? Okay, so there you go. Yeah. So
and freelance. When Vanguard was around, he was a star there. I actually met Ali before he was Ali.
Oh, no shit.
There was a gimmick called Alto, a masked character.
Gotcha. I'm guessing he's probably been at POW 2 before.
There could have been a chance.
I'm sure. For 20-something years, I'm sure everyone's been through POW at one point in time.
Not me.
I will say to the Rocket Pro Wrestling bookers out there, Kevin mostly, or Nuke, or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. I will say that I saw something interesting on Facebook. I don't know if Rocket Pro Wrestling has seen it, but Max Holiday made a post referencing an old faction of his from Joliet.
Yeah.
And his desire to maybe one day do that at least one more time. And honestly, to all respects to Rocket Pro Wrestling and all respects to Nuke and the Shellys and everything, if you don't try to make that happen, you're fucking up.
I can say that Nuke has seen it. He put eyeballs in one of the posts. Good. I know he's seen it.
Yeah, I'm not telling anyone how to run their fucking business. But when I get random fucking people I didn't know like wrestling ask me about that shit, that's how I know you have something. I know it's a Blitz thing. I get that. But if you're running the same area as Blitz, the same building as Blitz, and you're still getting the same guys that you had at Blitz, why not, do the 3 rings, at least for one fucking night?
3 rings goes back to the LWF. Max Holiday wasn't part of that version. But Machine, Grin, Ringmaster, they were the main guys. So.
And that was.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Say some shit. Go ahead. You're here now. Yeah, you showed up this time. You're allowed to.
Okay. So, 3 rings. I attended Blitz regularly when they were running out of St. Joe's. That was definitely one of my favorite factions. In that company. That was like the one thing outside of like the legends and stuff that would bring me to the shows. I would love to see them come back.
Oh yeah, you would, because it's Max fucking Holiday, longest reigning 3-time SCW heavyweight champion. The man, my Biffle. Best friend for fucking life. What's up, Max?
Just being there with Ringmaster when I repped for Blitz for that short time was good. Because I was going to LWF for so long, and we used to talk behind the stage, backstage all the time. So it was fun, and being there to rep for him and grin, and obviously Max and Machine.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were to come back again, I'd be all for it. Just maybe don't put me against them.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I don't work there anymore.
That's right. You got fired. If we all remember that. Pacman was there. He didn't help you.
I was kind of trying to stay behind the barricade.
I saw the video. I started watching some of the Rocket Pro Wrestling videos that are available now on YouTube. Rocket Pro YouTube channel. Make sure you go there and subscribe and whatever. Couple things I saw. First off, I'm in the Rocket Pro fucking Titantron, the opener. So that's solid. Appreciate that. Also, I saw Nubby get his ass kicked and get fired, and not one person came to help you, which is sad because you can hear Steve's commentary saying like, "You want to go? Any day, pal, any day." Well, what was that mentality? 5 minutes before when he was choking you out with a cane. That's cool. Yeah. I'm sorry that you don't have people there to back you up, brother.
Well, I said last week, that part doesn't even bother me. It's the part that I win my match, get fired, get beat up, and then get fired by the GM. It's like, what? What boss does that?
So what'd your title reign end at? What was the number?
147. Well, technically, in my eyes, it hasn't ended. No one beat me for it.
So are you fucking Curtis Axel in your fucking title right now?
The real Chicagoland champion.
I mean, I'm both. Both from IPW and Rocket Pro. So I can combine both of those numbers together. Why the fuck not?
That's true.
Do what I want.
Undisputed real Chicagoland champion.
Well, this show is going to be all about Nubby because both results have to do with matches that he was a part of, and the match card that we got to read for Southland also includes Nubby. So a lot of Amazing Turtle happening in this show. Let's start out with Crash Tested from this past Saturday.
I got those results.
I'd hope so, because I sure don't.
And I didn't even have to write them down.
Proud of you.
I had to write a couple notes, but nothing much.
Oh,
and like I said, Pacman, you may or may not get teary-eyed at the end.
Oh.
I got tissues right next to me.
Yeah,
assuming
you did. Assuming it wasn't on your nightstand, you freaky bitch.
Well, yeah, the skin gets really dry. The weather's changing.
That's right. Yeah, it's all raw dogged.
Assuming that no one spoiled it for you, but I don't think anyone did.
No.
I did see a promo that I think might reference what you're about to talk about.
I think it only referenced one part.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we saw the same promo.
Did it involve 3 people?
Well, there's 2 people in the promo, but 3 people are involved.
No, I saw one that had 3 people in the promo.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the third one showed up after. It started out with 2, and the other one showed up.
Yes, okay, cool. So we are on the same page.
Yes, we are. Page 7. All right. So, Crash Test started out with a pre-show match. This pre-show match was put together like 10 minutes before the show. Like, the CEO said, "You two, get over here. You're going to be in a match since you're here." So, pre-show match was Joey Dalton defeating, believe it or not, Joey Dalton defeated Quinn Whittick.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Good for Joey Dalton, man.
So I think he's due for some kind of title shot for any company that Quinn is with.
Is Joey a Wrestle League guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. All right. So main show starts with that asshat, Cameron Wayne.
Oh God. Out.
And John Bullard, actually, the ring announcer, had the unfortunate task to invite him into the ring. And Cameron decided to instruct John Bullard to him to say he's the new general manager. And he kept going on and on and on about he's a new general manager and he demands respect. But Jed Williamson, the CEO of Crash Tested Wrestling, came out and put a stop to Cameron Wayne's bullshit. Said he's not the general manager, as we've been saying since the match with Steve. That general manager spot was not on the line. It was just for Steve. That if he lost, he would just not be general manager. So CEO Jed Williamson is the main guy. No general manager, no president, nothing. CEO Jed Williamson.
Oh,
Sorry.
man.
I tend to... My anxiety gets high with this guy. I swear to God.
You're doing great, Nubby.
Whew. So Jed... That came out perfect.
Did you just virtually fucking rub his shoulders?
Essentially.
You're doing great, Nubby.
He said he was anxious. I thought that meant he needed positive reinforcement.
I knew I felt something.
Oh, my God.
It made the hair stand on the back of my neck, but that's okay.
Oh, my God. That's fucking beautiful. You're doing good, Nubby. Fucking, oh, beautiful.
So, Jed Williamson puts
welcome
Cameron...
back, Pacman. Oh, fucking God.
We missed you. Jed Williamson put Cameron in his place. Cameron gets really mad and threatens Jed. But then Jed made an announcement that we need a new commentator for the show, so he brought back Steve Aaron to commentate with Disco Ray.
Oh,
So then,
real quick. I forgot to say this last week, but congratulations to Steve for picking up Frontline Pro as a new commentator. It's awesome. It's awesome. The expansion. I just wanted to say that real quick. So, sorry.
See, saying nice things about Steve.
Yeah, I told you. I'm a new fucking person. I laugh at Pacman being funny. I compliment Steve.
You call me Michael Jordan.
Right, I
reference
reference
Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Air Pac-Mans.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a shoe brand.
There you go. There'll be fucking sandals, but yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. How'd you know?
Yeah. You ever want shoe hoops and flip flops? Time to get some air packs.
Love it.
So when Steve came out, Cameron was really pissed.
Well, I mean, like, I don't see why he would. I mean, the whole point of the match was for Steve to lose his job, not be completely fired and, banned from fucking Crash Tested. He had to assume that just because he wasn't GM anymore, it's not like he wasn't going to be there in any way, shape, or form. This dude sounds dumb.
He is a dumbass. So, Jed, who's sick and tired of Cameron, proposed a matchup for the future, sometime in January. They're going to pick representatives, and they will fight in January. Now, the announcement for those representatives will be announced in November. So, yeah, November 11th, they will announce who their representatives are, and if, say, Jed's representative wins, he gets Cameron Wayne's contract. But if Cameron Wayne's representative wins, he gets control of Crash Tested. And that's when I turn in my resignation.
Wait, like controls him like he has the CEO job?
Yes.
Yikes.
Wow.
And that's when I turn in my papers. I won't work for Cameron. No.
Well, hopefully Steve has the faith in you that I have in you, and I'll be referenced when we talk about the match card for this Saturday. Maybe he'll pick you.
Well, Steve can't pick me. Jed will have to pick me.
Oh, so it's Jed's choice.
Yeah. Or it could be what if Cameron chooses me?
Oh, jeez.
Then what do I do?
My God. What if Jed picks Jay Thunder and then you get picked by the idiot? Then you have to wrestle Jay Thunder.
Well, I will only do it if the Chasing Destiny title is on the line.
That's true.
Which, by the way, that's a good segue because after that announcement, Jed also made another announcement.
Way to pat yourself on the back.
See, my positive reinforcement is working.
Jed also says
Hold
that...
Hold on. I'm in such a good mood today. You complimented yourself. You made the transition, and then you awarded yourself. Oh God,
Nubby, can I let you borrow my Nova so you can make an acceptance speech?
You beautiful souls, you. God, oh, I love you guys every day. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, the Jed made an announcement. I mean, this should be standard anyway, but whenever the Chasing Destiny champion is competing, the title is on the line. So, does that mean if Jay Thunder is in a tag match, the title's on the line?
It'd be a nice little stipulation. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I mean, he's competing, and he says whenever he competes, or whenever the champion competes, the title's on the line, so we'll see. That's a good question on my end. I mean, I'll pat myself on the back for that one.
Why stop now, brother?
As you should.
Oh, God. No,
and
that's a good, solid stipulation. But here's the thing, too. Even if that wasn't like a tag team thing, I think the championship should always be on the line if the champion is wrestling, because you're really only defending that title at the most once a month.
Right. I mean, at IPW, he has twice, I think. So, we'll see. And speaking of that champion, Jay Thunder, he defended his title and retained against Eric Schultz. That puts a smile on my face because, fuck Eric Schultz.
Fuck Eric Schultz.
Yeah.
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 Then we had Dazzling Donnie defeating Pierce by a countout.
That was Pierce's debut, right?
No. Pierce made his debut at that other show that we're not supposed to talk about, and became a champion.
Okay. I know his name came up somewhere.
Yeah,
okay.
It was. And this was actually a rematch from last show. So Dazzling Donnie got the win by a count out in this one. Then we had D'Angelo Steele and Shaq Jordan defeating No Coast for Santino.
Yeah, I like that.
They won a little bit dirty, though. But I guess a win's a win, right?
Still mad about the Chet thing.
But Shaq Jordan didn't break any lights this time, so he won't be making on another episode of Botchamania.
I did see the Botchamania. I did watch that.
So here's my question. They got his name wrong and they called him Shaq Collins. So does that just cancel out the botch? When you think about it.
No, it just creates a whole new botch. You got his name wrong. Yeah.
So there was a botch within a botch.
The botch inception.
Botchception.
But to me, I don't think that was a botch. It was just something that happened.
Damn it.
He is just that damn good that he can kick lights during a moonsault. So.
Yeah.
Twas nuts.
And really, he didn't break the light. It just came apart. The light
came
was
off
still
the
on.
rig, yeah.
It was still on. So, joke's on them. And I was on not Botchamania, but I think it was, what was this? Trash Bag Wrestlers or something. I was on, a match of mine was on there. It was against the Sheik, but we were the best match in that little thing. So whatever, dude. I think someone was pissed about us or something because only one person would have access at that time of that footage.
You
being able to make clips off of YouTube at that moment was not a thing. So
you think the guy that runs that page listens to JFW?
I don't know, but I don't think he runs that page anymore. So I don't think it exists.
Well, you know what we say about people that don't listen to JFW.
You can go fuck yourself.
No,
right?
sir.
Wait,
no, sir. No, sir. That's all changed now. It's a new age.
Oh, okay.
We encourage them to go ahead and give a listen, and if they choose not to, then that's okay.
That's about as long as my filibuster last week on Power Hour.
Yeah, except the difference between what you did and what I did is no one's bitching at me for what I did.
Oh, true. Nobody's saying, God damn it, Travis.
Yeah, that's right. Wanna know why?
Why is that?
My show. Right.
Well,
Plus, I'm doing something kind. I'm encouraging people to give us a listen and accepting the fact that if they chose not to, then it's okay. You know, I don't have to go around and tell people to fuck themselves anymore. That's just hurtful and mean.
Are you okay? I have a thermometer. You can't see it because I have a background, but I have a thermometer.
Yeah. Is it the same one you shoved in your butthole?
Nope, you don't have a fever. This is just reality now.
Go ahead, Nubby.
He dodged the question. Thank God.
Yeah, no one ever really wants to answer the questions they don't want to answer, so it's okay.
So Muggsy James defeated Joseph Von Hager, and after the match, John Bullard got an interview with Muggsy, asked him what his plans are going forward, and he made it known that he wants the Chasing Destiny title. He wants Jay Thunder.
That'd be a tall order.
Yeah. So make the match, Jed.
Yeah.
I know, I'm telling my boss what to do. What an asshole I am.
Jeez.
No, I'm fired. I didn't call him an asshole, though, so I shouldn't get fired yet.
Yeah, you should be okay.
Right.
And he doesn't have a group to beat me up either. So.
Yeah, you'll be alright.
Yet.
Well, hey, I was on his side when we took on High Society, so he should be good with me.
Yeah. And I'm sure he appreciates the advice, he'll take it into consideration. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm off the show, I guess, after that one. I'll see him in January. So the Plague defeated the Bros to retain their tag team titles.
Bros!
Only for the Bros to attack the Plague after the match, and then they ran away.
Fucking guys.
And then, me, the Amazing Turtle, defeated the big man, Jared Estrada.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did to the post to make it hurt my head, but something happened there. But, yeah, I won with a couple of shell shocks and a turtle kick. And then I made it known that I want some kind of title. So,
Yeah, which one do you want?
doesn't matter. I'll take one. I'll go find a partner and go for the tag titles if I need to.
Jay Thunder, perhaps?
Team Turtle Thunder?
He's busy. So, we'll see. And then, the main event. It was Cody James and Marshe Rockett versus Chris Miller of the High Society and Miles Mercer of the ARC, and they were accompanied by their managers, C-Red and Cameron Wayne. They were both out there.
C-Red. Grandpa.
And in this match, if Chris Miller or Miles Mercer were to pin Marche Rocket or Cody, one of those guys would be the number one contender. If Cody would have pinned either Miles or Miller, he gets to choose his opponent. Now, if Marche pins them, then he gets the title shot. Well, Chris Miller ended up getting the win, and he gets the title shot after pushing Cody into Marche and give him a low blow and rolled him up and pulled the tights. So Chris Miller is your new number one contender, and will be taking on Cody James in November.
Yeah.
But
that's gonna be an interesting match. Hold on, real quick. Let's talk about that before we get into the ending.
Okay.
Interesting match because that used to be what, Team CNC or something like that.
Yep, CNC Destruction.
Yeah. Not only that, Miller is what, general manager somewhere, champion somewhere else. That's a tall order for fucking Cody James.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they used to battle back in the day, and then they became a tag team. But now they're broken up again and fighting again. This time for the big title.
Big title.
Heavyweight title.
So what happened at the end of the show here, Nubby? What's gonna make Pacman cry?
So, C-Red and Miles challenged Marche Rocket to a handicap match in November. There's some stipulations. If Marche were to accept, it would be if C-Red and Miles win, then Marche will never get a crash-tested title shot ever again. And if Marche were to win, Pacman,
Boy, I'm sitting down for this.
if Marche wins, C-Red must leave crash-tested wrestling.
No!
What do you care? You never fucking been there.
I gotta get there so I can see
I
this
gotta
match.
get there. What the fuck is that accent?
When's crash tested?
That'll be November 11th.
I'm gonna bring the C head.
See? I mean, in all reality, kind of C-Red did bring it upon himself.
He did. He made the challenge.
He talked a lot of shit on Power Hour last week.
Yeah, he did. And he's still talking that shit.
Well, I think one of the biggest things he'd said was that if Marche wanted to get his hands on him, he'd have to catch him first.
Yeah.
I guess in a sense, he's kind of catching C-Red without having him to put a fucking hand on him.
It's true.
So true.
We'll see. We'll see what happens next month in November. I guess in reality, C-Red's kind of wrapping up on a hiatus. So, I mean, how much does he give a shit if he stays or goes?
We'll see what happens. I mean, it would be interesting if C-Red would be the one to cost Marche a title shot forever and crash test it. So
that'd be fucking personal, yeah. Wait. So is it only when Cody's champion or forever?
Forever.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, we'll see.
Forever.
Okay.
So that is Crash Tested Aftermath. We will see you guys on November 11th. Stay tuned for upcoming cards and matches and stuff. Because we got some stuff coming.
Yeah. All right, Pacman, what we got for IPW?
We have IPW is what we have for IPW.
Oh, fuck you.
So we had lovely Miss Larkin, the host of the show, starting the show, and Travis, what did you think of lovely Miss Larkin?
She's way more annoying in fucking person.
She was posing for every camera that turned her way.
Now, don't get me wrong. She's cute. She's the only reason why I ever used the word lovely in fucking pro wrestling because of you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, you really bastardized that fucking word, but luckily she's bringing it back.
I blame Gunner Brave. He's the one who coined the name.
But there were moments where she was in that ring with Rion at the beginning, and you could just tell like she doesn't need the fucking microphone for everyone to hear her.
Okay.
And it was and the thing is like I have like I don't want to call it that I have sensitive ears, but like the whole like scratching a chalkboard or like a knife on like a plate and shit like that, and like a really So if I just imagine that sound, I get fucking goosebumps.
And that's what we heard with Miss Larkin.
Every time she grabbed the microphone, even before speaking, fucking goosebumps. Now again, I'll say, very attractive, fucking hot. She's the new hot girl. At least I know her name.
For now.
Oh no, I'm always gonna remember fucking Miss Larkin. Come on now, she fucking A. God. No, she was an entertaining host. When we get through these results, and we get more towards the end of the results and everything, we're going to find out that unfortunately she wasn't the host we were hoping for. And we kind of just got another host that's similar to like the last 3 hosts that we've had.
Mm-hmm. With an agenda.
Yeah.
Definitely had an agenda.
Yeah. So I guess I go on record and saying, because I don't quite remember who has been host since we've been on there. But I guess with the exception of C-Red, because I think C-Red was host after us. I think it was kind of like an impromptu host. So with the exception of C-Red, we have been the only non-shady, ulterior motive fucking host that IPW has had in a while.
Yeah, I mean, we were fair.
Yeah. And all the shady shit we did, we did it ahead of time and told people.
Yeah, you did double check before you told the wall to go fuck itself.
That's right. Yeah.
I think that was the shadiest thing we did.
That was probably the most shady. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Now, granted, I gave you a match against C-Red, and people thought that was, somehow that was favoritism. Like, no, I just want to see you guys fucking wrestle. But that was planned out a week ahead. Gave Workhorses a title shot. Not shady. Clean. Whatever.
Hey, you gave them an opportunity after they lost in the tournament.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know what IPW, the heads of IPW are thinking of that, but their track record with hosts since us has not been great. And up until probably the first 3 quarters of the show, Larkin crushed it. Other than annoying as fuck, crushed it. That's that last half, that one moment, that one moment. Just showed us that she's no different than Damien Grey, the Workhorses, or Damien Saint. And no disrespect to Damien Saint, but
disrespect that motherfucker.
I wasn't at Damien Saint's show, right? That was one I missed. Yeah.
Yeah,
so I heard some shit, and you're better than that, man. You're better than that, but. Yeah, no, I'm happy. I think Miss Larkin was wonderful. I think her debut at IPW is incredible because I'm a huge fan of women's wrestling. I've been a big advocate for women's wrestlers. I do believe they need more women's wrestling in independent wrestling. Which, side note real quick, congratulations to Dreamwave, who's going to have an all-women's show in, I think, December.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So congratulations for doing that. That was an idea I had for another company, and I thought it would get over. I'm glad that somebody's doing it. So, incredible. And when we talk about SCW, there's 2 women's matches on that match card, and I'm excited about both of them. I know Bill Shelley, and the Shelleys, they're talking about women's wrestling possibly coming to Rocket Pro Wrestling in the future. They talked about that in the Power Hour. And obviously CSW and SCW have made women's wrestling like a mainstay on their shows, and I think a lot of people could, learn from that and start having more women's wrestling. I know Crash Tested has women's wrestling from time to time too. So to have her host is cool. I don't know when the last time IPW had a female host, but I'm glad that came around and happened.
Well, I think it was the Knockouts.
Yeah, that's right. Last year.
Oh, was that October of last year?
Last year.
All I know is Cactus walloped Damien Grey, and I live vicariously through her retroactively.
Yeah, so yeah, that would have been fall of last year.
If I may.
You may.
We were talking about when we were the general managers, no, the hosts, the one time.
Yeah.
That was the only show that Braun the Lumberjack was at. I just like to point that out. He never came back once we were not the host, and he wasn't there before. When we were the host, Braun the Lumberjack was there. Just want to point that out.
Yeah,
not that it had anything to do with anything, but you know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Can we mention who was in the crowd this past Sunday?
I know you were. I was. Rich was.
No, but you know what I'm talking about. Can that be mentioned, or is that like not supposed to be known?
A retired wrestler
from
the past?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we can mention it. He just didn't want to be mentioned in front of everybody at that time because he's just that type of guy. I guess Midwest legend, Wisconsin homewrecker, if you will. That was one of his aliases. Strychnine.
Yeah,
former Christopher Avance. Christopher Avance in Pro Championship Wrestling. Yes, the first Elite Pro Champion. Held all 3 different versions of that title.
Yeah. He was one of the original members of Cash Inc. too, right? Am I getting that right?
Yeah, Cash Inc. He was. He was also part of the Stick It In Express in LWF, and I think they did in PCW for a little while. He also got me my first matchup in pro wrestling.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't go up and I didn't say hi to him because I know he wouldn't remember me. But yeah, as soon as I heard you, I saw you talking to him and I asked you if it was, I was like, no, of course that's fucking Strychnine. He just has a beard now. It was weird because seeing him from afar, he looks like Mike.
Yeah.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh fuck, okay. Yeah, no, it was cool to see him. You know, elite pro fucking alumni. You know, yeah. So yeah, it was pretty cool. So all in all, even before the show started, IPW was pretty fucking solid. All around great, except for the hot girl was annoying as fuck. But
you mean lovely?
Aren't they all? Yeah, aren't they all though? You know, just good to look at, just not to listen to. I don't fucking know.
But she did name Chad Bro and Muggsy James as the referees for different matches throughout the show. And Chad started refereeing. It turned into a 4-corner scramble match for the Alternative Championship. Motivation Mike won. He was fighting Disco Ray all across the arena, wondering if the tambourines came into play when they were brawling outside the VFW. But that was definitely a crowd pleaser. But Motivation Mike won by putting his foot on the turnbuckle for 4, which Chad called it.
Yeah, obviously not a fan favorite guy, kind of annoying as fuck, but, not in the good way. But you know what, dude, at least, it's kind of, the experience in the ring, cause he is fairly new, right? He's not, he's not a veteran by any sense, but he had ring awareness to know where he was at in the moment to get the tag on the turnbuckle. Now, obviously, big leagues, that group that they created with the, the bros and all them. I don't know if your foot qualifies as touching the turnbuckle.
It does.
It does?
Yeah. Any part of your body.
Because I thought you had to tag the turnbuckle.
Any part of your body. It's not like it's baseball where you got to have the ball in your mitt.
Oh, well.
Again.
Good analogy. Good fucking reference, brother. Fucking solid.
I missed it because it froze.
Oh,
you froze.
Dumb.
Did I freeze?
Yes.
You're fine now. Just quit.
You're good now.
Quit pulling on what you think is a fucking beard and let's move along.
I'm thinking. This is a very thought-provoking show.
God.
So we next had Kid Lat versus EJ Swanson for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. One of the matches that I was looking forward to. Kid Lat finally vanquished EJ to become Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Two-time.
Champion.
2-time. Don't forget that.
Yeah. I know it was a big moment for him, and I know he was very emotional about it. But he can't forget he did win it once before, so
Yeah.
technically he's a 2-time champion. I mean, luckily, the medallion, the medallion holder was in the crowd, so, luckily it wasn't a repeat of his last, title win, but yeah, no, well deserved. Yeah. And obviously, he's, Quinn Whittick he's his trainer. Quinn Whittick is Kid Latch's trainer.
Yep, his mentor. Yep.
So you just see, it's cool seeing, Quinn kind of come out of the back and, not get in the ring and stake his shine, but at least acknowledge him in his moment.
That was definitely a very cool.
I don't know why he came over and fucking hugged you though.
I don't know. I'm an in-demand guy. Like I told you yesterday.
I don't know. He probably assumed you were a Make-A-Wish kid or something, but he just fucking I just saw him run over and hug you and thank you. I was like, what the fuck did Pacman do for you?
I yelled really loud.
Starting chants no one wanted to do.
It's tough to be a one-man LIM. Let me tell you, brother.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's your LIM's problem, man.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking Andy was there. Why didn't Andy come sit with you?
I missed Andy, but it was good to have him in the crowd. Just hearing all this stuff he says when he's in the crowd. Whenever Andy's part of the audience, not in the ring, it's a lot of fun. Even when he's in the ring, it's a lot of fun. But just the stuff that he thinks of when he's yelling at the wrestlers is hilarious. It's a treat. But I digress. Next, we had D'Angelo Steele having his open challenge for Rachel. And who answered it but Corey McHenry. Now, if you remember last month, Corey McHenry was jumped prior to the start of his match in the Medallion Tournament by D'Angelo, and the match was thrown out. So Corey came in like a house of fire. But D'Angelo retained over Corey, which then brought out Joey Dalton, who decided he wanted to make a statement against D'Angelo why he was screwed out of the Second City Championship. And a match was made between him and the debuting Montrose Mayhem. And Joey Dalton defeated Montrose.
Yeah.
Then we had
hold on. Let's
I'm
pause for a minute, bro.
I gotta slow down. See, I caught myself.
No, you don't gotta slow down. You're doing fine, but give some pause. We could talk about these moments and shit, man, because you forgot a big part of that open challenge.
And that is?
Joey Dalton couldn't answer the open challenge.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You can't see Betty Cena.
Oh, I thought she was trying to reach for your shorts.
Well, she was, but that's another story. We don't want to do that.
Right? Is it she's waving her hand across it like it's one of those fucking paper towel dispensers? Sweet.
So fun fact. I did text her to refill my water bottle.
Oh, so that was sweet of you.
Just make sure she doesn't throw it into the ceiling tile like she's Brooks Berna.
The open challenge was made to anyone but Joey Dalton.
That's right.
So D'Angelo, obviously it looks like he's ducking him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then you can see the frustration in Joey Dalton because of that. Because through the matchup, even though it was, what was the guy's name? Macho Mayhem or
Montrose Mayhem.
Montrose. He kept calling him D'Angelo. You're yelling at D'Angelo, this is what I'm gonna do to you, and using some colorful language that you probably shouldn't say in front of children. But hey, whatever, not my place. I said the upward to a wall, but there's a lot of pent up rage in Joey Dalton, and honestly, dude is he's an aggressive motherfucker, and he's probably not somebody you want to piss off. But D'Angelo doesn't seem to really give a shit. And he exclaimed at the end, anyone could fight me for his belt except Joey Dalton. Yeah. All right, go ahead, Pacman. You're good.
Then after we had recess.
Yeah, that went on 6 minutes too long.
It was a nice recess. We got I got to push you on the slide.
That's when the show all started falling apart, man, because you guys went on 6 minutes too long. I was back in my seat at 21. But all the other motherfuckers were like, oh, it's 27. I guess now we'll head back. Shame on you people.
I was working my way back.
Shit,
We ended our
back sooner.
kickball game too early.
Yeah.
I was going to kick a home run.
Yeah, I doubt it.
You
would Charlie Brown that motherfucker, and you know it.
Well, the funny thing is, Dave West, Big Flexi, when we were getting ready, when it was his turn to go up to kick, he tried to flex his legs, but he didn't really have the flexibility to do so. So it was just kind of awkward.
So it's because he doesn't stretch first.
Yeah, he needs to stretch. He needs to do calisthenics.
Gosh,
maybe a little hot yoga. Goat yoga, even. But after recess,
you know what the workhorse is called? Goat. Who the fuck? Who's?
That wasn't me that time.
You know what the workhorse is called? Goat yoga.
What's that?
Couples yoga.
Treat it. Treat it.
Perfect. God. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So RVP confronted the informational liaison about being in a match.
Impressive.
There was a cat fight in Richmond Park. Massive cat fight. Yeah. Rion and Christian had a really tough time trading it up. In which, by the way, I should also mention that Rion was made a backup referee by lovely Miss Larkin. So he did referee a couple matches. Called it right down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a cat fight between RVP and Brittany K, who they had faced off last month. So their feud is certainly not over.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the most uncomfortable thing about all of that was at the end when Rion really got into RVP's face and shit. Brought back a lot of family dinners. But Rion is not a good angry person.
I would never want to piss him off. He might hit me with his Rolex.
That's true. And become champion.
Right. Or he might just slap you in the bathroom.
I wouldn't want to do that. Wouldn't want that to happen. But we had next special attraction series match between TW3, Shaq Jordan, and Jay Thunder. Let me just confirm. Shaq won this match, and afterwards the major leagues came out and attacked all the competitors in the match.
Yeah, hold on. Before that, who reffed the match?
Wasn't that Rion?
It was 100% Rion. Now, it was said on last week's Power Hour that it was Nubby's fault for the Women's Championship match at CSW. That's what Steve said, right?
Way to go, Nubby.
That Nubby screwed over Missa Kate. Now,
that's what I remember, yeah.
Now, is Steve going to say the same thing to Rion? Because Rion missed Shaq Jordan hugging the ropes in that pinfall.
But it was a triple threat, so no disqualification. I would assume that means no rope breaks either.
No, there are rope breaks for pinfalls and submissions.
Yeah.
As long as they're in the ring.
Yeah, so it's... So, I mean, realistic, if Steve didn't see it, if he listened to this show, he's going to know the information now. That, Shaq Jordan picked up the win, and impressive motherfucker, no doubt. Great fucking talent. But he cheated to pick up the victory, and Rion, who was the referee for the match, missed it. Which I get it. From my perspective, mistakes happen, things get missed. I said it, Nubby's made mistakes, but it's mistakes that he didn't see happen because referees don't see everything. But at the same time, I don't sit there and blame Nubby, and say that he screwed somebody in their matchup just because he missed something. Just doing his job. So I'm just wondering if Steve will do the same thing on the Power Hour and put blame on Rion for screwing TW3 and Jay Thunder out of a potential victory because of Shaq Jordan's cheating.
Well, Steve?
Well?
What you got to say about that?
Let us know in the comments below.
And Rion, I think you
Hour.
should bring this up. Rion, you better bring this up. You bring up everything else.
Yeah. I hope this doesn't affect me getting, invited to any more Dutch baby talks. But if it does, it does. It's okay. But I do want to know if Steve is willing to be an unbiased, journalist, or if he just wants to poke fun at Turtle and not at Rion. Pacman, make sure you write that in your 12-minute, commencement speech of tomorrow's Power Hour.
I'll ask the LIM for their thoughts as well.
Each and every one of them.
Everyone, even Chuck Gunderson.
Right? And then right before you give your input, take 5 minutes to upload, the post of some picture.
I'll find Steve's high school yearbook picture.
There we go. I believe that's etched on a stone in some cave.
Treated. I'm sorry, Steve. I couldn't help it. I had to say treated. That was funny. All right, but yes, after the match, Marcelo Spade came out and screamed at TW3 about how he should be on TV, given that TW3 just appeared on the Netflix show Wrestlers about OVW.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was very aggressive.
He was very aggressive and intense.
Well, I think he was not only pissed at that, but pissed at the fact that he's not being booked on IPW shows.
Mm-hmm.
Which, in Rion's defense, you can't yell at Rion because Rion doesn't book the shows.
He's the information liaison and he's neutral.
And he's made that statement, on Sunday that the hosts make the shows, the management at IPW make the matches, the hosts make the matches. He doesn't do it. So I mean, unless dude was just making sure Rion relayed the information, he was getting mad at the wrong fucking person and taking it out on all these people. Now he did make an open challenge to TW3 for that title. And what did he say? He's like, let's see if Al Snow will allow you to be back here next month or something like that.
To that effect, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see that, if TW3 will be in, Richmond Park next month to go for that title.
We'll have to see. But after that match, we had for the Wrestle League title, which was announced after recess, Quentin Whittick versus J.R. Lindsay in a very, very hard-fought match. And Quinn retained the title, but on the way out made sure to put over Russell as the best student out of Wrestle League. That match was incredible. Probably favorite match of the show. Between that and the triple threat that I just talked about.
People don't give Russell enough credit.
So you no longer care about Kid Lat's match?
I do care about Kid Lat's match. That was my most anticipated match.
Oh, and it let you down.
It didn't let me down because I was happy to see him win.
But you didn't enjoy it.
I did enjoy it.
But you just listed 2 of your favorite matches, and Kid Lat wasn't one of them.
I said 2. The third match would definitely be Kid Lat versus EJ Swanson.
So your most anticipated match was your third favorite.
All right, you're twisting my words, Mr. Spin Doctor.
I'm just curious on where C Red's match landed.
Well, we'll talk about that.
Because if it isn't your favorite or your second favorite or your third, I mean, yeah, it can still be top 5, but...
We'll get to that.
We'll
get to that. But next we had another triple threat match. See, look, I also had a good segue. Right, Nubby? The thing is, that's also another good segue because it was your match for the tag team championships. So, Nubby, how did your triple threat match for the tag team champions go against the Booze Brothers and the Workhorses?
Well, didn't go in my favor.
Yeah.
We didn't lose, but we didn't win.
But you did not get punched in the mouth by your partner.
You didn't.
I didn't.
You didn't. But you did have to. You did have to back him into a corner at one point.
Yeah, it was very prom picture-esque of you.
But also, I do want to say, I didn't realize Nubby was a proponent of the Second Amendment because that singlet he had the right to bear arms. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, dude, I don't want to put you on the fucking spot, bro, but in the future when you do that, when you hug me, don't shove your arm hair into my mouth.
What?
You hugged me, and your arm hair went into my mouth.
How?
So you had arm hair, you gave him a hug. Do we have to draw a diagram?
Dude, you're like 5 feet taller than me.
Because we did a manly hug at an angle. So I had one arm under, one arm over, but because you're shorter, you got up over on me. So when you went like this, you threw your fucking upper arm into my mouth.
I didn't even notice.
It felt like I kissed a man.
Well, yeah, it did.
So Travis T, would you say that gave you a little bit of shell shock?
Oh yeah, I was shell shocked. All right, I think I pulled his hair out of my teeth.
That's what that was.
Yeah, see that hickey?
We made self-aware.
Don't tell Betty.
You know what, dude? I'm not gonna lie. I do love the sleeveless look.
I think like it too. Yeah,
I think it was fucking solid.
So, I'm starting to get a little bit of confidence back to where I'm gonna start getting rid of the sleeves.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm just gonna hopefully get to that point where I won't need a shirt under.
Yeah,
But
see, I
that's sometime down the line.
Yeah, but I think that's fine. I mean, it's kind of like, like the way Jay Thunder wears his. I think it's pretty solid fucking looking.
That's what I want. I want a design like that.
Yeah, it's like MVP. MVP wore the same shit. I think those are. I think I prefer those over like the singlets and shit like that. Because singlets are so overused and overplayed and shit like that. But if you got something like Jay Thunder wears or how MVP, shit like that, I think those are fucking solid. Plus, because you're a turtle, it would make more sense how you're more shield. Because you can actually get a full-blown shell on the back of an actual, like, sleeveless shirt than you can, like, like the tank top look that the singlets have. 100%, yeah.
I liked it.
Well,
how'd the match go? Huh?
The match was solid. Like I said, and I was honest with you, I was really distracted by the glass beer bottle. I thought it was going to fall off the ring, which it didn't break. Thank fucking God. But I think you guys held your own against the workhorse. I mean, let's face it, the fucking, IPW Tag Team Champions weren't really much of a fucking challenge. Half of them are drunk half the time. But I think if there wasn't the outside interference or the involvement of people not in the match, you guys could have became the new IPW Tag Team Champions. It's just, unfortunately, and I'm not putting all the blame on Steve, is that when you create, when you create feuds and issues with people, it's going to affect you no matter when, no matter where. And it just happened to have affected you guys in your tag team match.
And that's why I was trying to stop him from himself in the beginning of the match. I'm like, dude, wait till the bell. Just wait for the bell for once in your life. Wait. Yeah. And plus, it's also the referee in me, so I still can't help myself. I go about the rules, and I didn't want the champions to just stand out there, so I wanted them in the ring, want everybody in the ring. Now, what happened in the beginning was actually done by design. I planned it that way for the workhorses to be embarrassed.
Good.
It's not every day you get to strategize with your opponents, but I went to the champs, and I'm like, before we beat the shit out of each other, let's do this.
Yeah.
So for once in my life, I baited them into an argument and waited for the right time and did what we did.
Yeah. Nubby, you showed that you were a master.
A master? Never mind.
Waka waka.
Well, the one thing I said last week about your match was the one thing that's going to cause you guys to fail was Steve's temper. Now, it wasn't the reason. It was just, like I said, outside interference. But because you prevented him from doing something before the match even started, at least got you to the point where it was a possibility. But like I said, outside interference and people getting involved who shouldn't have gotten involved, it didn't pick up the win. But, at the same time, not one tag team in that match left with those belts.
I mean, technically the tag team champions retained, but again, you said the right words. The tag team champions did not walk out the tag team champions.
No. And it was up to this moment where the fucking lovely Miss Larkin was doing her job. That she did a great job as host. But it's this moment where it all went downhill.
So after the Booze Bros retained, lovely Miss Larkin had a conversation with Shawn Danger at ringside, gave him a low blow as the Major League started beating down pretty much everybody in sight. It was like the NWO came to Richmond Park. But after that, Nick Diamond, who was in the crowd with the newly won medallion that he won at the tournament last month, cashed in for an opportunity at the Tag Team Championships. And we had new Tag Team Champions as Nick Diamond and lovely Miss Larkin defeated the Booze Brothers.
So I'm not gonna lie, I had suspicion thing, like suspicions and thoughts that something was up. They were
very cozy
on that crowd.
Solid fucking word.
I mean, unless she wanted to just sit on a lap and the closest one to the podium was him, I guess. I mean, I had a lap she could have sat on too, but I guess I wasn't undeniable enough.
Yeah, sure. See, I don't want to speculate anything, but they were almost like Facebook official cozy over there. So, which I noticed.
Facebook official all over their faces.
It had beyond it's complicated written all fucking word. Because I look at it, I'm like, oh wow, damn, like she is a great fucking host. Like in my mind, she was gonna work her way through the crowd, but she never did. And I was like, okay, well, whatever, fuck her. But it made a lot more sense when she low blowed fucking drunky McSkunks. And
not to be confused with any member of the Lovely Intoxicated Men.
Who would that be confused? Who's drunky McSkunks in the LIM?
It could be any member.
Could be Danny.
I'm going to tell you right now.
It's Danny. It's definitely Danny.
As a shoot fucking Pacman, I don't care who the next member of the LIM is. If his name's not Drunky McSkunks, you're fucking up, bud.
When Smiley McGee comes back from Indiana, decides to move back to Illinois, that's going to be his new name. We're going to repackage him for the 4th time.
Just tell him, like, listen, man, you have 2 jobs. Be drunk, don't bathe. That's all you got to fucking do. Drunky McSkunks.
There we go.
But yeah, no, I mean, I don't remember the name that they called themselves, but I guess it's a Defiant wrestling company thing.
Mm-hmm.
But,
the program,
yeah.
That's ARW.
Oh, okay.
That's an ARW thing with Eric Schultz and Willie. So maybe she'll be popping up at ARW now.
Maybe. She needs to pop up fucking more places. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of wrestling. Huge fan of women's wrestling. Yeah, but I mean, you got new tag team champions. Congratulations to them. I believe that's like 3 tag team championship changes before there was even a trios championship match.
That still grinds my gears that the workhorses have yet, I mean, at any point that I've been there, since I've been coming there since March, where they've defended their trios title. And they want to claim they have a long reign with it, but, I mean, it certainly helps when you don't put it on the line. When you're too busy flexing to put it on the line.
It helps when you don't show up sometimes, too.
Very convenient. But last, we had the main event of the afternoon. Damien Grey, the pusher of PX, versus my grandpa, C-Red.
Pusher of PX.
He did. Travis, here's the thing. I wasn't on the show last week. Have you seen that footage from Rocket Pro where Damien Grey shoved me, put his hands on me, even though I didn't physically provoke him?
I'm trying to remember. There's a fucking Pacman, you're a musical arts guy.
I am.
There's a play, a musical.
Okay.
I think it's Rent or something. There's a song in it that gives like a long ass fucking number in it.
525,600 minutes.
Yeah, that's how many times I watched that incredible fucking video, man.
Dude, that wasn't cool. It was a dick move of him.
The fact that you got launched out of scene was fucking hilarious.
I mean, the thing is, and we have a history going back a long time.
Here's my question, though. Here's my question. I get your history. It's been documented. It's been talked about. But what did you say to him before he shoved you? Because maybe what you said didn't warrant being shoved. So let's start there. What did you say to him before he shoved you?
So from what I remember, he was telling me that, I'm trying to recall exactly. He said something about Flash isn't my dad, and that you want to be a tough guy, and then he shoved me. It was something to that effect.
Well, what did you say to him? Because he's not going to just shove you.
Well, I didn't say anything to him. I just kind of danced around and taunted him a little bit. I didn't lay a hand on him. What's the difference between me doing the little Scott Hall, ooh, and doing like a little, Irish dance?
Because you challenged him.
I wasn't challenging him.
What about giving the finger? You could have gave him the finger, and would that warranted a push?
It wouldn't have warranted a push, but even then, I wasn't going to lay my hand on him because I know my place in the business. As a wrestling fan, you don't lay your hands on a wrestler.
But when what you just did there, doing the little fighting Irish, that can be a challenge. But dude, here's the thing though. No, he shouldn't have shoved you. Completely wrong on his part. But you're no different than fucking Steve. You keep pushing and poking at somebody, eventually they're going to react.
I mean, all I said beforehand is the Idols are a bunch of losers that lost pretty much everything. I wasn't tell me when I'm telling lies.
You badmouthed Damien Grey and the Idols for a very long time.
Except for my dad. He's pretty okay.
And they have done nothing to you physically up until that moment. So when you countlessly attack and poke somebody, eventually they're going to just get fed up and they're going to react.
Now to quote my grandpa, but again, I did not lay my hand on Damien Grey.
Great, cool.
Steve will take a shot at that point.
You brought your grandpa. Nubby, what does the ARC stand for?
Actions, reactions, and consequences. I know you didn't ask me, but...
Okay. Your actions had a reaction. Now, is there going to be a consequence to that? Maybe. I mean,
probably not.
Definitely not.
Ask Nuke, ask Damien Saint, ask anybody. See if there's going to be... You don't know because it only happened 3 weeks ago. So you don't know if there's going to be any consequences to it.
I mean, there better be. It's out of line.
But here's the thing, Pacman, and this is what you're going to have to realize. It's the same thing that you had to realize when you were a fucking kid in high school getting shoved into a locker. Unless you're willing to do something about it, it is what it is. Unless you step up and do something about it, you got shoved down on video for thousands upon thousands of people see on a consistent, regular basis. And unless you're willing to step up and do something about it, it's just going to be what it is.
I mean, he ignored my shirt.
He 100% ignored your shirt after the countless efforts of you and I together trying to get him to notice this shirt.
I mean, it was a cool shirt.
It just shows how irrelevant you are to him because he shoved you down out of anger and then just blew you off like you were nobody.
But I mean, you did bring up a good point. I will say you did bring up a good point.
I bring up so many good fucking.
I'll remember that. I'll remember that.
But here's the thing, and here's the thing too, Pacman, and this comes down to the LIM too. It's not just Damien Grey. It's the idols. And if your group, if your friends are willing to step up with you, it's going to be you versus them. It's going to be Danny versus fucking Cobra Kai. It's going to be
Chaos.
There we go.
Embrace the chaos.
Exactly. It's going to be Nubby versus Peanuts of Damages. Unless you're willing to have someone to have your back, you're going after Gray and you're going after the idols who are going to be there with him. And that's something you have to keep in your fucking head too. That's what bully mentality is in fucking high school. It's never just the bully. It's him and his friends. So no matter how much you're willing to step up, if you're stepping up alone, you're fucked. So you need to get a hold of, by the way, fuck all your little LIM friends who think they can outdrink me. Jackasses. I don't know if we ever had a conversation about that stupid shit.
I think we did briefly.
Yeah. Still thinking about that. Fuck them. But if they were willing to step up, and I don't know, Danny willing to actually fight for something other than like, oh, I'm gonna fucking outdrink somebody and hold on to a fucking title. Big fucking deal, Or if fucking, Double J actually shows up to something, or the fucking Gimp actually steps up and does something other than playing with fucking, computers, or Gabagool who does nothing but burp a baby and go, oh! All they have to do is
That was good. I felt like he was here.
Fuck yeah. Hey, what do you know? What do you think? Grow the fuck up, kid.
That was a good line. That's a good catchphrase. We should put it on a shirt.
But even beyond that, the only guys in your group who are wrestlers is C-Red, Nubby, and Andy.
And occasionally Chuck Gunderson, who was in the Rocket Rumble last year.
He's not going to do shit. He fucking was found in a dumpster.
We took care of it.
Two of the smallest fucking marks at Rocket Pro abducted him. And he couldn't fight back. He had to sit in a dumpster and then get wheeled around in a wheelchair. He's not going to fucking help you.
I mean, we'll have to all talk about it next week when the Lovely Intoxicated podcast returns.
I hope you do. But like I said, don't put yourself in a situation you can't fucking handle, man. He don't even have Nubby. He got fired from fucking Rocket Pro.
Yeah.
He may be able to buy a ticket, but he can't fucking get inside that fucking ring again. He'll get kicked out.
Unless I buy a ticket, I can't even get in the building. Now, I get it. Maximus Orion said that he can get me in, but it's like, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
I can't do anything.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Help Bill Shelley with a light rig?
Yeah.
That's not my forte.
And that's the goofy thing about fucking Rocket Pro 2. Fucking the owner's kid could get you into the ring but can't get your job back. There's value. That's the value they show.
And he couldn't come out and save me.
Didn't come out and save you. No, he came out and saved Steve and his mommy fucking, a few months back. Nuke showed up to save them. Marche Rocket. Fucking Shogun. All them motherfuckers showed up to be the heroes. Now one fucking person showed up to the Amazing Turtle. The most popular guy in fucking Rocket Pro Wrestling. The biggest pop of the show was left in the middle of the ring by himself to get his ass handed to him by a group of fucking jagoffs. And not one person, not the commentating team, which by the way is an LIM member, and Steve, who has a problem with fucking Damien Saint, just sat there. Along with Shelley too, because Shelley's, we know is professionally trained as a fucking competitor. None of them came to fucking Nubby's aid. They all sat there and they watched it fucking happen. And what did they do? They did the only thing they thought they could do is say, this is absurd. This is horrifying. Who will stop this? Where is security? Where is everybody? Why is nobody stopping this? You son of a bitch! You bastards! While you sat there and fucking watched it. If that was Shelley in the ring, Steve would have been in there to save the fucking day. If that was Steve in the ring, Shelley would have ran out there. C-Red would have ran out. Anybody would have helped anybody. But not one fucking person came out and helped the Amazing Turtle when he's getting beaten down by a group of fucking people, including the general manager who choked him out with a cane. And that's Rocket Pro Wrestling. But the main event is IPW.
Yes. So we had Damien Grey versus C-Red. And this match was very disappointing for me because Damien Grey cannot pick up a clean victory to save his life and had to resort to punching the referee with a spiked glove, causing the disqualification. While C-Red did win the match, he did not walk away with the league championship. And that's bullshit, and he was robbed.
You do got to give a lot of credit to C-Red in that matchup because he proved that even though he's looking at the end of his career coming up, he was still able to hang with the new up-and-comers, the next generation. And I think Damien Grey mentioned that in the match, that you're a bygone era guy, that you're a guy from the old generation and all this other stuff. But C-Red's proved that's not the case, that he's still able to hang with him. In fact, he couldn't even get the illegal swing on the C-Red. He had to take it out on a referee. Which is a shit thing to fucking
Who was the referee for that match anyway?
Ref Christian.
Okay.
Yeah, if it was Rion, I don't think you would have gotten the swing off on him or anything.
No.
But it was kind of funny that Rion was laughing about that whole thing.
Yeah.
He was going around laughing. What's up with that, Rion? Why were you laughing about that? Why was that funny?
Where's the funny part in that, Rion?
Yeah.
And by the way, you can answer that in any way you would like, whether it's shoot form or a work form.
But yeah, that was IPW.
Solid. Do we know when the next IPW show is?
October 29th.
That is the official Richmond Park show. There is going to be another show, but it's a special Halloween show. It's called something on Chicago Street.
Massacre on Chicago Street?
No, it's something else, and it's out in like the Aurora area. They do a special thing out there. I believe that's on the 21st. But I have other obligations that day.
Oh yeah, I think one of the guys was telling me about that match. But yeah, I'll be at Steam Hollow that day.
Yeah, as will I. Be away.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. All right, let's talk about SCW.
BRB.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, just fucking go. I know, dude. Just fucking go. BRB. What a fucking nut.
What is this, AOL?
Yeah, I'm not talking about a lunatic. I'm talking about a scrotum. All right. Wrestletopia is this Saturday. Wrestletopia 4 at the Shaban Civic Center in Shaban, Illinois. Doors open at 6 o'clock. High Voltage kicks off at 6 o'clock. There's a lot of matches to go through, so we'll talk a little bit about them because we are getting kind of about the hour 30 mark. But we'll run through the match cards. And then, guys, if you guys don't remember, we do a live stream discussion of the match the following Sunday after Wrestletopia. So this coming Sunday, we're going to live stream the results and everything of the show. So if you've never been a part of it, check out the Just Freaking Wrestling Facebook page. See the event. There's a link to Podbean. That's where we do the live stream from. Make sure you sign up and follow us. That will be at 9 a.m. Central Time, and it runs for 2 hours. So we'll run through High Voltage here real quick. And where the hell is it? Here we go. Okay, so Masked Marauder makes his debut to from POW to SCW. I don't think he's been to SCW yet.
No.
He'll be taking on the Sheik.
Perfect.
Me Hooks returns to High Voltage for the first time since losing the High Voltage Championship to Warren C. Freiberg. And he'll be going on the new, formerly known as VIP, Toretto.
Donovan Toretto.
Yeah, is that what it is? Is it Donovan?
Donovan.
Donovan Toretto. Yep. Macabre returns from POW to High Voltage to take on Johnny Chaos. And the main event of High Voltage, of course, is the Amazing Turtle.
That's
Which,
me.
by the way, that's you. Which, by the way, I love the fact that Mike Brennan dropped from that fucking name at IPW.
I made sure of it. I'm slowly getting there.
Yeah, get that shit out of there. But the Amazing Turtle will have an opportunity at the High Voltage Championship, which, unprecedented that's happening 2 shows in a row because it doesn't happen. But you're going to be taking on Warren C. Freiberg III Esquire for the High Voltage Championship. Now, here's the thing. If you guys, again, if you haven't been part of the live streams before, you don't know what was going on. But a lot of shenanigans have happened over the course of Warren C. Freiberg being High Voltage Champion. Pretty much punitive damages involved every single time that title is being defended. If it's not them being involved, then shady shit from Freiberg anyways gives them an opportunity to retain that title. Talking with Nubby, I felt that that it's warranted to have a rematch. Like the opportunity, and this is, and for those people who don't know, this is going to be the 3rd match you guys have together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and I guess you could call like the tiebreaker. Yeah, sure. Even though, your victory was him walking out and giving up and his victory was cheating. But, this is a rubber match that's going to determine a new High Voltage champion if you're able to pick up the win. And I'm praying to God you do, buddy, because you know what happens if you lose.
What happens if I lose?
If you
I
lose.
don't know.
If you I will drop it. This should be on your fucking mind. Is why don't tell me you don't know. But if you end up losing this match, then Travis C has to go into that fucking ring and fight off all 3 members of Punitive of Damages to the best of my ability for 5 whole fucking minutes. And I'm not sure how dude, I have total faith in you. It was wrong.
I got faith in you.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Here's one thing.
You got this, Travis. No pressure.
I never should have put myself into this situation. I think I let my emotions get the best of me. But here we are. It's happening. I've accepted it as what it is. But I'm confident enough to know that with punitive damages being banned from ringside, which means no Sheik, no fucking Schultz, that it's just straight up. I love how a train comes through and your whole thing is, let me leave the volume on but cut my camera. Fucking genius. I know that without Sheik and Schultz being on the outside of the ring to get involved, that you're going to be able to beat Freiberg and become the new High Voltage champion. I have confidence in you. I have confidence I'm not going to have to leave that commentary table to step in that ring and get my ass kicked by 3 fucking professional wrestlers for 5 straight minutes. If it happens, I'll fire you from this show.
Oh, great. More pressure.
Nah, okay. I wouldn't fire you. I definitely won't be able to make the fucking shows for the next few weeks because I'll probably be like beat up and bruised up and destroyed, physically and mentally. But the main event of High Voltage is the Amazing Turtle going one-on-one with Warren C. Freiberg III Esquire for the High Voltage Championship. Punitive damages barred from ringside. And if Nubby loses, I have to step in the ring for 5 minutes with all the punitive damages. So no pressure, but pressure nonetheless.
Yeah.
So outside those 4 matches, we do have the main card of Wrestletopia 4. First match I have is JPH taking on Tavon Jordan. He is debuting here at SCW in the show. I believe he's an OVW guy. I believe he is. I'm not 100% sure. Apex will be going one-on-one with another debuting star, Goth Knight. Angel will be going one-on-one against Natasha Crane in the 1 of 2 women's matches at Wrestletopia. Titans of Destruction will try to get their SCW Tag Team Championships back against Dysfunction in a tag team title match. Max Holiday will look to become new Genesis champion as he goes one-on-one against current champion Miles Mercer. 6-man tag match, we got Team Payne, which is obviously Hunter Payne, Marco Anthony, and Jimmy Blaze. We'll be taking on Team Spade, which is Scott Spade, Kazile, and Logan Steele. There we go.
Yeah.
Which we've seen Logan Steele on Wrestletopia a few times, so I kind of got an idea. Basically, you know, if Big Show went through the dry cleaner a little too much.
I just hope Chris Hepburn is not there with him. But then again, I can probably get my revenge on him and just punch him in the face.
Evil Genius Aaron Xavier is going one-on-one with the president of SCW, Tenacious Terry Allen. I still not quite sure if this is a championship match or not. I don't think it is. I think
it doesn't seem like it. I don't think it is.
Yeah. Not only that, we're going to have the Nick Huffman Memorial Battle Royal. I believe the winner of that Battle Royal will be crowned a Battle Royal, Nick Huffman Battle Royal champion.
Mm-hmm.
Nubby, are you in that Battle Royal?
I don't know.
I don't know if they finalized the list yet, but, you know, why not get a former Battle Royal champion in the mix?
I know who is in it and who said he's going to win it, and that's Freiberg.
Well, the last Battle Royal he was in, he did win it.
So he could beat me, beat your ass, and then go win a Battle Royal.
I mean, I guess it, well, yeah, that would be that'd be quite the day for him. Let me see here. What am I missing? Oh, yeah, the Call Your Shot ladder match.
You mean the shot to the top?
Yeah. Hashtag Steve. Call Your Shot ladder match. It was supposed to be a 6-man ladder match, but unfortunately, Mike Nolan, or you guys know him as Acid, unfortunately is not able to participate in this match due to an injury he sustained earlier in the month. So instead, it's going to be the Boston fucking dumbass, whoever he calls himself, Benny Vargas, the sharpshooter, James Creed. I don't know if he has a name, but Eric Schultz, the lawyer.
Scumbag attorney.
Yeah,
whatever the fuck.
Sean Mulligan is making his return to SCW into this ladder match. And unfortunately, the Cobra cannot attend this show, but he was replaced in the match by none other than Acid Jazz.
So either way, we're getting Acid in this match.
We are getting Acid, yeah. We are getting a Acid.
Just not the Acid.
Not the Acid, but a Acid. Yeah, and that's the match card. And guys, again, that's this Saturday, Shaban Civic Center. Get there early. Doors will open at 6 o'clock. High voltage starts at 6 o'clock. I do believe, why are you waving at me?
Because I don't have a Ryan Matthews,
We'll never have
out.
a fucking Ryan Matthews.
Well, you did forget a match.
Did I?
Yes. You said there's 2 women's matches. You forgot one. The very important one.
Jeez, that means I forgot to post it up on fucking Instagram. Oh, God. Oh, damn shot. Fuck. Thanks, Nubby. SCW Women's Championship match. RVP, current SCW Women's Champion, will be going one-on-one again. I feel like Pacman's about to do something. There we go. God damn it, fucking Pacman. Current SCW Women's Champion Renee Van Peebles will be going one-on-one against Shauna Reed, who won the number 1 contendership match last month at Team Hollow.
Yep. So,
thanks, Nubby. I knew there was one I was missing. I was like, I was counting. I was like, no, I guess this is it. But yes. RVP, Shauna, I apologize. I forgot. I didn't mean to. That's on me. You can thank Nubby for keeping me focused there. So, but yes, that is the whole card for Wrestletopia. doors do open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 6 p.m. So make sure you get there. Make sure you get seated. I believe front row is completely sold out, but general admission is still available. I believe it's $15, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Sure.
So get there. Again, Shaban Civic Center, Southland Championship Wrestling presents Wrestletopia 4. Get there, get in your seats, and enjoy some great quality professional wrestling. Were you going to say something, Pacman? Good.
You're still muted, by the way.
Yeah, keep it that way.
Oh, okay, I will.
God, why would you tell him? Why the
Thanks,
fuck would you tell
Nubby.
him?
You're doing great, Nubby.
God damn it. So yeah, so again, make sure you make it out to Shabans and everything, and enjoy some professional wrestling.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's been a rough month.
Yeah, and I don't think any of us have anything to add, right? Pac-Man got anything? No? Okay, that's perfect. No.
Do we want to do predictions?
Oh, damn it, yeah, I forgot my predictions. Oh, hell's bells, yeah. Let me,
I got the card.
I would hope so. Let me find something to write it on. Oh, Jesus Christ.
We got No Mercy, and I think we got Fastlane as well.
That's next week.
Oh, no, that's next week. Okay.
Goddamn. See, this is why I shouldn't be fucking in a good mood. I keep forgetting things. That's the problem.
I got you, Travis.
Well, didn't the positive outlook make you remember things? Didn't we establish that?
Apparently not, since I forgot RVP and Shauna's match and the fact we're doing predictions.
Well, you know what it was? You haven't been positive all show.
Oh, that's true. I did kind of rant out on RPW there, didn't I?
And on Pacman a little bit.
Ooh, and on Pacman.
Wait, you never do that. I'm shocked.
Shut the fuck up.
Were you shell-shocked?
All right, Pacman, read off the cards.
All right, we got Noam Dar versus Butch or Joe Coffey in a British Round Rules match for the NXT Heritage Cup.
Okay, yeah, 'cause I think the finals is this
right.
Tomorrow or whatever it is. Sure. Nobody, who you got?
No M. Dar, whatever the fuck his name is.
Pacman?
I'm going to say Butch is going to win.
I'm gonna go Dar. Okay.
We have a singles match, Braun Breaker versus Baron Corbin.
I'm gonna go Breaker. Pacman.
Breaker.
Nubby.
Breaker
1-9.
All right, next one.
Okay.
All right, we got Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton Extreme Rules match for the NXT Women's Championship.
Pacman.
Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton in an Extreme Rules match for the you're asking my results. I thought I was muted again. I'm so used to being muted. God damn it. Becky Lynch.
Nubby.
I'm going with Tiffany. I think she's gonna get her belt back.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Lynch. All right, what's next?
All right, we got Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship.
Okay, I'm gonna go Hayes. Nubby.
Dragunov.
Pacman.
I'm gonna go Hayes.
Okay.
And that's it for that.
Only 4 matches?
That's the only ones that have been announced so far.
Alright. Well, if there's any more added, we'll add them because, it's gonna be a tight one. Alright, cool. Yeah, if there's any other ones announced, we'll check them out and we'll make the predictions. Yeah, Fastlane's next Saturday. So
that's right.
Cool. What we got for next week?
Pow.
Yep.
Fastlane, and I believe that's it. I know we will do SCW on Sunday.
Yeah, and I got Phoenix Pro Wrestling match card for October. Are we doing? Yeah, October 7th would be next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I know we keep saying it, and we haven't done it, so maybe next week, depending on, how we get through the match cards for POW. If POW gets us a match card, I'll say it, whatever. And Fierce Pro Wrestling. If not, maybe we'll do our fantasy booking that we haven't done in a while.
Oh my God, I forgot all about that.
I sure didn't. Way to commit to the team. Is there anything else in wrestling we got to talk about?
Nope.
All right, cool. Guys, make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, just by searching Just Freak Wrestling or the JFW Podcast. And you can pick up our show wherever you listen to it on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, and yes, even YouTube. Just by searching Just Freak Wrestling or JFW Podcast. Make sure you do subscribe wherever you do listen. Rate and review us if it happens, because it does help us out. Guys, that's all we got.
I believe we can
ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect. As always, I am Travis.
I am Nubby, the Amazing Turtle, Cowabunga.
And I am PX, Pacman, the Podcast Papa, the pushy of Damien Grey. Shut up, Santino.
And thank you for listening to another episode of Just Freak Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.